A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, no matter how grand the goal, no matter how long and endless the path with challenges piling up. Everything is formed from that first step. A step that often seems small, ordinary, yet holds the power to open up the entire road ahead, a great river. It originates from a small spring, from drops of water that seem meaningless, but gradually create a mighty flow, nourishing everywhere and heading toward the vast sea. People are the same. Every step, though small, is the beginning of change, the foundation to achieve great things. It is persistence, step by step, that turns the impossible into possible, turning distant dreams into reality. Don't hesitate because of fear of difficulties or because the path is too long. Instead, courageously start right from today. Take steps one by one, even small ones, to get closer to the goal step by step. It inspires living proactively, daring to act, and cherishing every step on the journey of one's life. For each step holds its own value and meaning. No one is born perfect as a human. Each of us carries within ourselves strengths, weaknesses, joys, sorrows, and inevitable flaws. No one is born complete, and it is precisely those shortcomings that create uniqueness, personality, and the distinct beauty of each person. Like an unfinished painting, every imperfect stroke contributes to the soul of the work. People are the same. Mistakes, failures, or weaknesses are the colors that enrich life, helping us grow and understand ourselves and others more. Understanding that no one is perfect, we learn tolerance, acceptance, and appreciation of differences, thereby living naturally, lightly, and happier. Instead of expecting perfection from ourselves or others, focus on the journey of improvement, learning, and spreading positive values. Because it is in imperfection that people find the most authentic beauty. If you want, I can write a shorter, more concise version, rich in comparative images, to turn this saying into a powerfully inspirational quote. Do you want me to do it? Do your utmost to understand heaven's will. If you stand still, hesitate, or do things halfway, it will be hard to see the path, meaning, and opportunities that heaven's will has for you. Only when he tends, waters, and withstands rain and sun can he see the green sprout rising, feeling the hidden vitality in the seed. Similarly, in life, only when we pour all our heart and effort into something do we deeply understand the results, lessons, and messages that life wants to give. Working hard, but it also reminds us of humility. Even after trying our best, the outcome may still be beyond prediction, and there, we learn lessons about fate, karma, and the true meaning of effort. It inspires living fully each day, doing our utmost, so that when looking back, there is no regret, and we understand the true value of life. If desired, I can write a version rich in natural metaphors, making this saying both profound and powerfully inspirational. Do you want me to do it? The coldest place is not the North Pole, but where there is no humanity. The North Pole, though icy and freezing, is still where nature exists in its rhythm, while a place lacking humanity is where the heart becomes lonely, empty, making people feel icy even in the warmth of surrounding life. A place without humanity is when indifference and apathy prevail. Words lacking sincerity, eyes lacking care, gestures lacking sharing. There, people feel the cold of loneliness, of abandonment, more than any physical chill. It reminds that warming life is not just material, but compassion, empathy, and sharing. Only when humanity is present do hearts become warm, and the space around us become full of vitality. Become a source of warmth for those around you, for humanity is the only flame that can dispel the chill of loneliness and indifference. It emphasizes that in the vast world, the most precious thing is not distant places, but closeness, care, and love for each other. Learn to listen. Opportunities in life often knock very softly at your door. Life is like a polyphonic melody. If not paying attention, you will miss important notes, opportunities that could change direction, opening new doors. Listening is not just hearing with ears, but feeling with the heart, observing with intuition, and opening up to even the smallest signals. Those who know how to listen will recognize opportunities that seem small, but hold great potential, like a young seedling waiting for caring hands to grow into a lush forest. Sometimes opportunities do not come immediately, but knock softly day by day. And only when we are ready to listen, ready to act, do they become important turning points in life. It inspires living slower, observing more carefully, and cherishing every moment, for it is from those softly knocking opportunities that life changes and opens new horizons. Peace is when the heart is neither sad nor joyful. Peace is not when everything around is favorable or when we always feel happy, but when our mind is quiet, not swept away by waves of joy and sorrow, not shaken by circumstances. It is a state of freedom where one feels serenity in their own inner self, like a calm lake surface, undisturbed by rain or sun, a vast field, wind gently blowing through the rice stalks. Not hurried, not agitated. Peace is the same. When we do not cling to joy, nor torment ourselves with sorrow, the soul becomes open, light, and clear. In that state, we see life with clearer eyes, act with a lighter heart, and find happiness not from external conditions, but from deep inner stability. Peace is not easily achieved. It is the result of training the mind, letting go of greed, anger, and delusion, and learning to live slower. When achieving this state, people truly understand the value of life, find ease amid life's storms, and feel the simple yet profound beauty of every moment. You don't need to strive to become successful. Instead, turn yourself into a person of value. Albert Einstein. If only chasing fame, money, or status, we may achieve success on the surface, but lack true completeness and meaning in life. A rough gem. If only focusing on displaying and showing off, it may not yet reveal its true beauty, but when polished and shined, the gem becomes precious, radiating brilliantly. People are the same. Instead of obsessively pursuing achievements or fame, train knowledge, character, and create real value for oneself and others. Then, success will come as a natural consequence, without needing to force the pursuit. Living fully and proactively. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself, enriching the soul, skills, and relationships, thereby creating lasting value. But when polished and shined, the gem becomes precious, radiating brilliantly. Then, success will come as a natural consequence, without needing to force the pursuit. Fear is like darkness. The more you pay attention, the more it spreads, clouding reason and making you step back from opportunities that should be yours. But inside every person, there is something stronger than that darkness dreams. It reminds that only people with real value truly leave a mark, not just the temporary glamour of external success. When you let dreams lead, the mind is illuminated, feet gain strength, and the heart has courage to continue, even if the journey ahead is full of challenges. A traveler walking in the night, if only looking at the darkness, he will forever stop. But if looking at the light of the guiding star, each step becomes surer, stronger. Dreams are that star, silent but steadfast, small but enough to open a whole new sky. We eliminate fear, but more importantly, replace it with faith, for the heart knows the path that reason sometimes cannot see. When you let dreams light the way, life not only becomes more meaningful, but also opens wide, full of opportunities and light. Impossible is just an opinion. You shouldn't believe it. Robin Sharma. The boundary between cannot and can often lies not in objective reality, but in our own views and determination. When someone says something is impossible, it's just a narrow perspective, untested, uncommitted, not an absolute truth. An artist looking at a white wall, one says nothing special can be drawn, but another, with faith and perseverance, turns it into a vivid, inspiring work. Similarly, every great achievement in history, from scientific discoveries to space flights, was once considered impossible. Only when people dare to believe in their abilities, dare to act, does impossible turn into possible. We are not limited by others' opinions or imagined barriers. It encourages everyone to bravely try, dare to dream big, and turn what seems impossible into reality. Because ultimately, the only limit lies in our own minds, not in the world around us. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but also more useful than a life doing nothing. George Bernard Shaw. Failure and mistakes are not something to fear or avoid, but precious lessons that help people grow, build resilience, and understand their own value. Conversely, living a safe life without challenges, without daring to act, though avoiding errors, misses opportunities to learn, experience, and develop. An artisan creating a work. Every mistaken stroke, every mismatched color, all contribute to the final perfection, creating a vivid and complete picture. People are the same. Every mistake, every failure is an important step in the journey to find oneself. To know what is truly important, what is lasting value, we dare to live, dare to act, and dare to challenge ourselves. For it is experiences from mistakes that make life rich, profound, and meaningful. It reminds that a useful life is not a perfect one, but one that dares to commit, learns from stumbles, and cherishes every moment of living. Attitude is a small thing that makes a huge difference. Winston Churchill. Attitude, though seemingly a small detail, a smile, a thank you, an ordinary way of behaving, can determine how others see you, influencing opportunities, relationships, and outcomes in work and life. Two seeds sown in the same plot, one cared for with faith and love, the other neglected indifferently. As a result, one sprouts green and lush, providing shade, while the other cannot grow. Attitude is the same. With the same abilities or circumstances, a positive attitude opens opportunities, creates good influence, and leads to success, while a negative or indifferent attitude holds back oneself and surrounding relationships. Master your own attitude, for it is the small key that can open big doors, doors to understanding, cooperation, and success. It reminds that you don't need to change the world. Just change your attitude, and the world around will reflect that change, creating real difference. If you don't like the path you're on, courageously open a different one. Dolly Parton. There's nothing wrong with changing direction. What's wrong is letting fear or habit hold you back, keeping you forever on a path that brings no joy or meaning. A traveler standing at a crossroads. If he continues on the narrow, uncomfortable road just because he's already stepped onto it, he will be tired and lost. But if he dares to turn to another path, though unfamiliar and unknown, that road may lead to beautiful landscapes, new opportunities, and excitement never experienced. Everyone dares to change, dares to risk, and creates their own direction in life. It reminds that happiness, success, and fulfillment come not from enduring, but from courageously stepping out, drawing the path you believe in and love. When it comes to luck, it's your own hands that create luck for yourself. Bruce Springsteen. The value of effort, action, and proactive spirit in life. It breaks the notion that luck is accidental, coming to someone randomly. Conversely, the saying emphasizes that luck is the result of preparation, perseverance, and daring to act the fruit created by people themselves, not a gift from fate. A farmer, if he doesn't sow seeds, till the soil, water, the harvest, will never abound naturally. Luck only comes when sweat mixes with the earth, when diligence meets the right moment. People are the same. When we dare to learn, dare to do, dare to persevere more than others, opportunities come, doors open, and what the world calls luck is really the sweet fruit of effort. Everyone grasps their own destiny, not waiting, not relying, but choosing to stand up and act. It reminds us that hands are the most powerful tool to build life. Hands that work, create value, touch dreams. And when those hands never stop trying, luck will surely come as an inevitable result. Every difficulty will happen to us. We will recover. We will learn from it. We will become more resilient because of it. Taylor Swift. A sudden storm rushing into one's life. Challenges come without asking, without waiting for us to be ready. It arrives abruptly, sometimes so fiercely that we think we cannot stand firm. But the miracle is, people always have a stronger recovery ability than they think. Stumbling hurts us, but also helps us see the path clearly. Failure slows us down, but that very slowness makes us understand where we are going. Pain weighs down our hearts, but also forges a stronger armor for it. Difficulty is not the end. It is a comma, a pause, to breathe, to think, to grow. Every time we overcome a challenge, we leave behind a weaker version of ourselves, and when looking back, we realize the things that once made us despair are the materials that build today's strength. Live by your strong beliefs, and you can change the world. Henry David Thoreau. There are people who don't possess extraordinary strength, vast wealth, or power in hand, but they carry something strong enough to shake the sky. Belief. Belief is like a small flame sheltered in a storm. At first, it flickers weakly, but if you persistently protect it, nurture it, every day, it will blaze up, shine, light the way, not only for you, but for those who follow. When you live true to your beliefs, you walk steadily. Even on rough paths, you do not waver, even if the world doubts. When you live true to your beliefs, you walk steadily. Even on rough paths, believe that a small idea can become reality. Believe that an ordinary individual can create extraordinary impact. Believe that the world can be better, and they are the ones to start. A child may be gentle, but without teaching, it won't be wise. People need to be taught and guided to turn kindness into wisdom, understanding, and right actions. Gentle without guidance, people easily become naive, lacking experience, or lost in complex life. It can be fresh and green, soft and gentle, but without care, shaping to grow straight, roots firmly in the soil, it will never become a tall, sturdy tree, providing shade. People are the same. Gentleness needs to be watered with knowledge, experience, and teaching to become true wisdom. Parents, teachers, and those before. Teaching and guiding is not just duty, but a way to help good qualities in people develop fully. At the same time, it is a reminder for each individual. Beyond gentleness, seek learning, absorb, and train to be not only good, but also wise. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. George Addair. Fear is like a thick fog, always blocking our view, exaggerating everything tenfold, making a wide path seem like a narrow trail. But hidden behind that fog, what we desire most, dreams, freedom, the better version of ourselves, waits patiently, like a sun that needs just one more step to brighten the entire sky. Fear is not a concrete wall, but only our shadow lengthened by doubtful light. When we move forward, the shadow shrinks. When we stop, it swallows us. And in the moment we tremblingly step over that boundary, we realize all previous limits were not from circumstances, but from stories we told ourselves. Dreams always stand on the other side, where those who dare to breathe deep, dare to tremble in stepping forward, dare to make their hearts beat stronger, continue day by day, not because they are fearless, but because they understand. Fear is just a stop, not the end. And when you touch what you once desired, you will smile, realizing the most valuable thing is not the reward, but the moment you overcome your fear. For from then on, you are not only bigger than your dream, but bigger than yesterday's self. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. Our mind is like fertile soil. Sow seeds of belief, it blooms into strong trees. Sow doubt, it grows thorns, tangling our steps. When you believe you can, you open doors chained by fear. That belief is not loud shouting, but a small light, enough to ignite courage, making you dare one more step even in darkness. And each next step becomes proof. I really can. When you think you can't, the mind immediately builds invisible walls, high, cold, solid, to the point you give up before trying. Not because you are weak, but because you turn yourself weak. The right here lies not in objective truth, but in the truth you choose to believe. Your belief becomes the lens deciding the color of the whole world. Think you can, you will find ways. Think you can't, you will find excuses. And life never betrays the belief you nurture every day. Be careful with what you think, because sometimes the limit is not in the sky too high or the road too far, but right in a sentence you say to yourself, I can't do it. Just change to, I'll try. And you will see the universe shift accordingly. Always thinking positively doesn't mean everything will be fine. It means knowing you will be fine no matter what happens. Garth Ennis. Positive thinking is not wearing rose-colored glasses to pretend life is all sunshine. It is the ability to look straight at dark clouds without losing faith that you can still pass through. Positive doesn't erase difficulties, but it gives us stronger shoulders. We can still be sad, hurt, stumble, but we don't let those define us. Like a tree in a storm, leaves may fall, branches may break, but resilient roots still cling to the earth, believing the sky will clear after rain. You will be fine. Not empty comfort, but a profound truth, because people have an extraordinary ability. Recovery. Things that seem to knock us down ultimately become what makes us stronger, wiser, and more grateful for life. Life doesn't promise everything will be smooth. It only promises if you are calm enough, trusting enough, patient enough, you will overcome anything. And that awareness, that no matter what, I will get through, is the true power of positivity. Do or do not. There is no try. Yoda. Try is often where we hide from fear of failure. It's like standing by a lake and dipping only a toe in not enough to swim, but enough to think we've started. While do means jumping in, letting cold water splash your face, heart pounding, truly committing. When you say, I will do, the mind shifts to action mode. It's like a machine switched on, finding paths, ways, solutions. When you say, I'll just try, you leave an escape door, and the result is often retreat, not advance. Doing doesn't mean no mistakes. Doing doesn't guarantee immediate success, but doing means advancing. Doing means changing. Doing means putting your whole heart into it with full commitment. This decisive attitude creates the difference between those who go all the way and those who stand at the starting line. There are moments in life when you must be honest with yourself. Either step onto that path or step away. but don't stand in the middle, because every great advance starts with a decision not to turn back. 20 years from now, you will regret more the things you didn't do than the ones you did. Mark Twain. The things we don't do, trips we postpone, words of love we dare not say, dreams we tuck away, they don't disappear. They quietly turn into shadows in the corner of the heart, and each passing year makes them clearer. Future regret comes not from mistakes we've experienced, but from steps we never dared to take, because doing, even failing, stumbling still gives us answers. Not doing leaves indefinite voids where imagination keeps painting what ifs. 20 years is long, but also just a blink when looking back. And then we realize the things done, even mistakes, become lessons. The things not done become lingering pain. Life is vast, but opportunities are fragile. So, if something makes your heart beat a little faster, follow it. If something scares you, get closer. If something makes you want to try, start now, because the future won't punish you for what you dared to do. It will only make you ache for what you never stepped toward.